Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline.
You won't want to miss it.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Keontae George.
Well, this is what you hope to see from a guy of his caliber. Increasing his scoring load over the years. He's put in a lot of work each offseason, and it shows.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got Markkanen. He's out there at Nurkic. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3. And for Chicago, right on the wing along with Okoro. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Jones in at the point. One thing to watch tonight, RJ, both these teams are great passing the ball. They really rack up the assists.
These are the type of teams you want to play for, because you know what? If you pass it, the ball will find you again.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal. And after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams. And he's good on the second. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Here's Buzelis. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now, here's George. Mikhailuk passes to George. 4 on the clock. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
I like the decisiveness by Markkanen in the screen and roll, really knowing when to shoot once he gets the screen.
Now here's White. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Guys, back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Now here's White. Vucevic setting the pick for Jones. Pass to Vucevic. Hands the shot with nobody near him.
For a true center, Vuce is excellent in that catch and shoot.
To the middle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Okoro kicks to Vucevic. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Mikhailuk passes to Nurkic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's his comfort zone. Nurkic does almost all of his scoring down low.
Pass to Vucevic. Back to Jones. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz leading by 3. Here's Mikhailuk. Markkanen finds George. The Jazz working the ball around now. 3-pointer, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
White goes in. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other? Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Buzelis. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And here's George, defended by Jones. And there is the whistle that goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Chicago making some changes. Dosumu comes in for Isaac Okoro. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Jones. Here's Bailey. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Bulls. They're down in 10th place here in the middle part of the season. They'll need to make a move soon.
See where Chicago is. They're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
And you have to wonder if this roster can get to that next level. They have talent, but if it doesn't come together, they might have to shake it up.
And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And the Jazz making a change here. Hendricks is checked in.
Number 0, Taylor Hendricks.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. 6-point game. And the Bulls with another miss. There's 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Filipowski passes to Collier. Shot clock at 5. Utah needs to get off a shot here. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Buzelis. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
Here's Collier. Hasn't made one yet. From deep. That one misses. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Jazz. They're up by 3 from the United. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Collier. Also,
He got fancy with that one.
yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Hey, Richard, the play-in tournament has not been kind to the Bulls in the past couple years.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't be in the play-in tournament 3 seasons in a row. That's where we should start. And every time they failed to advance, it shows how valuable getting a top 6 seed can be.
For the Jazz,
What's up?
Hendricks. 1 shot.
Well, Richard, it's definitely become a shooter's league. The ability to knock down threes now becoming pivotal.
Oh, I think it's fascinating to see the skills evolve and the game change. Even if, as someone who was a shooter later in his career, I feel a little bit left out.
From deep, Huerter. The rebound by the Jazz. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Coaches love that kind of showing offensively, especially on the road.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal steal.
And that's a rare turnover, just their first here in the half. So that's one thing we've seen them do pretty well, valuing their possession.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Okoro comes in for Kevin Huerter. And Jones subbed in for Javon Carter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Inside, there's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Here come the T-shirts.
Buzelis is checked in for Williams. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. And here are the best transition teams in the NBA. We're looking at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Number 5, the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long. So that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Pass to Bailey. Jones with it. George picks him up. Over to the left wing. Here's Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Just a stellar rebounder. Vucevic, look, he relishes getting those extra offensive rebounds.
There's the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Pass to Jones. Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Defended by Dosunmu. Outside, Markkanen. Offline with his 3. Bulls trail by 4. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court. That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Down low, it's deflected. Now here's Dosunmu, still without a basket. Launches it, and it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
2 minutes.
Lepowski passes to Markkanen, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Looking now at some numbers for Lauri Markkanen.
And he's gotten very shaky at the foul line in the last 5 games. Compared to his numbers through the rest of the season, I know he's frustrated and he'll be desperate to get it turned around here tonight.
White is checked in for Dosunmu. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Collier, he's checked in for Keontae George. Jones kicks to Okoro. Fires for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Utah leading. Here's Mikhailuk. Takes it off the glass. Mikhailuk's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jones finds Vucevic. White left side. And it's Vucevic missing.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Mikhailuk. Defended by Jones. 6 on the shot clock. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Vucevic. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Markkanen up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
White looking around. Pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Nurkic. Another miss by Vucevic. And that concludes the first half. Jazz lead by 8. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey everybody, halftime at...
It's not a huge deficit on the boards, but enough to where they're giving away possessions, and that adds up, guys.
Yeah, if they're planning a comeback, better rebounding is where they need to start.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Well, right now for the Bulls, they've been stuck in the middle tier. Not good enough to challenge for a chip, but not bad enough to get a high draft pick. They're really going to need their young guys to take a step forward in their development.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
White on the wing along with Okoro. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Jones in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
A guy who loves to push the action, that's Kobe White.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break.
And that one falls for White. An efficient score. Kobe White effective with or Greg without the ball in his hands.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
And both free throws good for White. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Jones dishes to Vucevic. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Out to the wing. Outside, White. What's it 5 from 18? And it's Vucevic missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And it's George finishing it off.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's White driving the lane.
And White possesses tremendous speed. He really turns on the burners at times.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. George against Jones. The shot by George, no good.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity from the mid-range. He can hit that.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
George against Jones. Pass to Sensabaugh. George with the screen on White. Going inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Markkanen can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 9. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure Coach is going to give them an earful about that. They can't be happy with that soft interior defense.
And the Bulls making a change here. Smith is checked in, and the Jazz making a change here. Buzelis with the ball. Markkanen on him. Jones in the post, defended by George. Jones, no luck.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
He had a nice open look right there.
3 points.
Bailey's got 5.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make you pay.
Jones kicks to Smith. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Inside, it's stolen by Smith. Okoro passes to Jones. Smith sets the pick for Jones. And the Bulls with another miss. Utah leading by 11. 1:25 left here in the third quarter. Bailey passes to Nurkic for 3. They get it back and finish off by Nurkic.
Using that size of his, Nurkic secures the board and sends it back.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to White. 5 to shoot. Here's Buzelis, and he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Collier. Back to George. Now Bailey. And a miss there on the triple. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's White. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there it is for him. Collier's got his first points of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, White. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
And so it's Utah. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Kyle Filipowski. George out there with Collier. Then there's Bailey. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward. Williams for 3. Doesn't go for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And here's George for 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Jazz lead by 16. George has gone 3 for 4 here from the field. Pass to Vucevic. Shoots from 14. Rebound, Utah.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
George against Carter. Pass to Herter. And the Bulls with another miss. Jazz leading by 16. Bailey passes to Collier. Here's the teardrop. Great D that time from Vucevic. Carter with it. George picks him up. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. And again, Chicago, no good. Here's Collier. Pass to Hendricks. Just 3 to shoot. Here's George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Buzelis is checked in for Williams. Okoro comes in for Dosunmu. White is checked in for Kevin Herter. And Trey Jones subbed in for Javon Carter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Pass to George. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Jazz.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit 3s to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break. I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Okoro with it. George picks him up on the basket by Jones.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
George passes to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shots. Just keep letting it rain.
Here's Vucevic. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
And look at the rookie out there facilitating for his team. Buzelis not missing the chance to make his teammates better.
Here's Sensabaugh. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Buzelis. And as the NBA gets more involved in global basketball, Richard, you and I were just talking about this. Commissioner Silver wondering about shortening games to 40 minutes. What are your thoughts?
Well, in the game of 2K, I think the sweet spot is about a 5-minute quarter. But in real life, if you change 48 minutes, there will be a revolt.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And it's Carter missing. Utah leading by 21.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Jazz.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the league's top talent.
So hard to come by.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Lori, an impressive win tonight. What do victories like this tell you about where this team is headed?
It gives us confidence. We showed that if we play well and we play defense down the stretch, we can beat. And we've shown that we can compete with anybody. We just got to do it for a full game.
Confidence is key down the stretch. Thanks, Lori.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Keontae George.